I told you. I told you before the season that I loved this Oregon men's basketball team. Well, they just beat number 9 Alabama after beating San Diego State and beating number 23 Texas A&M. Come Monday, Oregon is going to have the number 1 ranked football team in the country and a top 10 men's basketball team. I don't know the last time that happened. I really don't. Dana hasn't had Oregon in the top 10 in quite a while. Do you think that guy still wants to coach? You think he still wants to This was phenomenal. This is a phenomenal day. This is one of the best regular season days in Oregon sports recent memory for me. This was exceptionally good. So last year, when assessing Oregon basketball's offseason, I liked some of the things they did. Shellstad back, Evans back. You knew Bittle would be back. Barthelemy coming back. Keeshawn Barthelemy, player of the game, he had 21 points. And the best missed shot you'll ever see. I'll get to that in a second. Barthelemy back. They go get Brandon Angel. They get Raheem Moss. And I'm feeling good. They snagged Jamari Phillips, a freshman, flipped him from Arizona. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm down with all of that. Add Supreme Cook, front court depth. Absolutely loved it. If you go back and find the episode, I'm not expecting you to, but I remember how I was feeling. When Oregon added TJ Bamba, at that point in time, I thought they were done with their roster. I thought it was set. I thought it was complete. But when they went and got Bamba, that told me, oh, wait a minute. Dana knows what this squad can be. And this squad is in November showing you what they can be. I have been singing this tune for months. And I didn't expect to see it until late January, maybe February, or certainly March. That's when Dana's teams have been at their best. But they're playing great basketball right here, right now. There was a questionable goaltending call in this game. I don't think there was enough evidence to overturn it. I don't think it was a goaltend. Oregon got a break in the officiating department. Guess what? The committee's not thinking about that. Oregon just built an at-large resume in a week. In a week. They could go 500 in Big Ten play because there are plenty of good teams in there and they could be an at-large team. You just beat number 9 Alabama, San Diego State, who's going to be a tournament team again, and Texas A&M, who was ranked 23rd. You just picked up 3 quad 1 wins and a top 10 victory in a week. What a time in Las Vegas. You talk about playing your hand perfectly. Dana Altman has been flawless this week. Absolutely, positively flawless. His rotations and getting the ball to the right guys in the right spot, it's been awesome. Absolutely awesome. So Oregon wins this game by 2. They tried to choke it away. They really did. The goaltending call stood. They led by 2. Keeshawn Barthelemy, buttery floater, Oregon by 4. Bama comes down, misses, foul, Barthelemy, 2 free throws, Oregon by 6. Less than 30 seconds to go in the game. Horrible defense. Give up an easy transition 3. Bama can shoot threes. I tell you what, that's a dangerous team in March. Dangerous team in March. That's why they were in the Final Four a year ago. They can really shoot the basketball. And Nate Oates is a good coach. But they hit a 3. Oregon then comes out and turns the ball over. Brandon Angel, not strong enough with it. Then he commits a foul. He fouls out of the game. Not a good day for Brandon Angel. That's why Oregon's got depth. A lot of depth on this team. Last year at the end of the season, it was a shallow rotation. It was Kuznard and Dante, and that was 70% of your scoring. Not the case with this team. Barthelemy can have a big game. Bittle can have a big game. I'm still waiting for Shellstad to pop off and really find his rhythm. But Bamba can score. This is a phenomenally deep Oregon team. Bittle had 19 to go with 9 rebounds. Barthelemy had 22 off the bench. Supreme Cook had 11. Again, depth, keeping guys healthy and getting production from more than just a couple of players. Ducks didn't shoot the ball well, 5 of 17 from 3. Bittle 0 for 5. He hasn't found his 3-point stroke. Bam Tracy 0 for 3. Shellstad was 0 for 1. He had just 6 points on 3 and 9 shooting. But this is a team. This is not a couple of guys. This is a team. So Oregon turns the ball over and then puts Bam on the free throw line and then fails to get a defensive rebound, fouls Bama again. They tie the game with 20 seconds left. And I'm going, they just Reggie Millered us. It was 6 points in 5 seconds. You've got to be kidding me. It was 81-75 with less than 35 seconds to go. All of a sudden, it was 81-81. And you're going, oh my gosh, this is terrible. But then, what do? Ride the hot hands. Bittle, Barthelemy, get him looks. Barthelemy comes down, he drives, everybody collapses. He has an open lane, but it's a tough floater. He gets it off the window, it caroms off the cylinder, and Nate Bittle crashes the glass, throws it down. Then Oregon needs one stop. Bama drives, Sears drops it off. Guy got the layup in, but after the timer, game over, 83-81, Oregon wins. Just an incredible game that had a lot of ups and downs, a lot of ebbs and flows. Dana Altman not going to like that Bama made 12 threes in the game and put up 81 points. But you know what? That's another thing I like about this team. They've got depth. They've got shooting. They can win in more than one way. They can attack you inside. They can attack you outside. They can go mid-range. They can go with threes. They can go in the paint. They can win with defense. The 3 wins they just compiled this week are phenomenally impressive. I came into the season saying Oregon can win the national championship in football, and I give an 80% likelihood on the same scale of evaluating Oregon football's title chances to this basketball team, and we're seeing the potential. Now, plenty of teams peak too early. Hope that Oregon's not doing that. I still see ways where they can improve. Gosh almighty, if Oregon could hit some open threes every now and then, feels like they go through long stretches where they don't hit shots from outside at all. And good shooters, capable shooters, just aren't hitting their shots from beyond the arc. But everybody embraces their role, and everybody plays a really good brand of team basketball. I think the offensive movement is better than it's been in the couple of years leading into last season, and really for the first half of last year. And I just feel like there are a lot of weapons. There are a lot of options. And the offensive capability is there. The defensive capability is there. KJ Evans coming off the bench is a ridiculous luxury. Ridiculous luxury. His offensive game not taking the step forward I was hoping it would, mostly because Brandon Angel's better at that end. But when you want a defensive stop, you put in KJ Evans. And the second unit for Oregon in this game, Evans and Barthelemy and Moss and Cook, they played awesome and gave Oregon an ability to rest their starter and gave them positive minutes. Like, this was a great performance. Oregon basketball, men's basketball and football are a combined 20-0. 20-0 right now. Why didn't you figure out the last time that happened? I don't think Oregon basketball was 8-0 in 2010. This might be the first time it's ever happened. So at the moment, for diehard Oregon sports fans out there like myself, this is a cloud 9 situation. Basketball's got a lot of season left. Literally could not be off to a better start. Big Ten championship game on Saturday against Penn State. And that dance we've been doing for the last couple of seasons where Oregon hoops is, are they going to make the tournament? They're not going to make the tournament. Oh, they're going to need to win the conference tournament. They did it last year. That's great. That was exciting. That was thrilling. If they'd beaten Creighton, they'd probably get to the Elite Eight. I don't know if they get past there, but they're looking to put no doubt. As fun as those magical runs are, they tend to come to an end. Last 2 times that Oregon's won the conference championship, the tournament, that is, to get the automatic berth when they weren't going to get an at-large, they got to the round of 32 last year, and then with Peyton Pritchard, they got to the Sweet 16, lost to the eventual national champion, Virginia. But when Dana Altman went to the Elite Eight, when Dana Altman went to the Final Four, they were a 1 seed and a 2 seed. 1 seed and a 3 seed. Sorry, 1 seed and a 3 seed. So that tends to be the formula. Like, for all the Cinderella talk in March, it's great. It's awesome. I love it. It's wonderful. You can have double-digit seeds get to the Final Four like NC State last year. Phenomenal. That's why it's the best sporting event on planet Earth. Tournament is still overwhelmingly dominated by the higher seeds. And Oregon is playing like a team that's going to be in that discussion come March. But they got to sustain it. You're going to get into Big Ten play. It's going to get harder. You're going to lose eventually. How are you going to respond to that? Those are the questions to answer. But right now, this team is playing really good basketball at both ends of the floor. And the football team, also playing great complimentary ball. It's just a good time to be a Duck fan. There's no other way to put it. Appreciate you listening. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and go Ducks.